What's up, selecting back with the second stream of the day, man. Super excited to be back with you guys. Today, we are giving our first giveaway away. Today, we are giving a shirt similar to this. We may do the small pocket version, we may be doing the larger version, but we are giving away our first giveaway. We're giving away a Select Screen t-shirt. I'm super excited to have you guys. Woo! We're doing that. Yes, sir. We are giving that away. linktr.ee/select screen. If you are watching this stream on Twitch, you have the opportunity to win yourself the very first Select Screen t-shirt. I'm super excited to give this thing away, man. I hope you guys will join us. If you're over on TikTok, come check us out. linktr.ee/select screen. That's 5ELETT 5CREEN. And yeah, man, we're going to talk about the stream a little bit. We're definitely going to talk about Captain America Brave New World. And we are going to give away one of these awesome shirts. So, more info on how that's going to be happening throughout the stream. So make sure, again, to like, subscribe, hit that button, man. Helps out the channel so much. And so we appreciate all of you guys for doing that. We've got a bunch of selectors in here already who are, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Yeah, let's jump right into this thing, man. I'm ready. I know you're ready. Let's see if the sound works. Let's go. Bet. All right, there we go. I'll get that going. That stream sound is being interesting on our intros and outros. I think I know why. If you guys don't know, Wavelink updated, and let me tell you, it changes just about everything. Just about everything. So your boy's been working on, we did a Metal Gear stream earlier, trying to fix a lot of that stuff. See, stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Give me one more time. There it is. Oh, yeah. We're going to snooze this first break. But yeah, we're going to have that all up and going. You know, you got to update the stream as you go. Shout out to David Bryant for the 1 coin and Daniel Martinez as well. Appreciate you guys for checking us out. And let's throw some jams on and talk about Captain America Brave New World. Well, let's start with, I like starting with either the negative or the positive. On this one, I want to start with the negatives on this film. Captain America Brave New World is very much in a tough position. It's in a very tough position because there's a new figurehead kind of around with Kevin Feige. And to put it bluntly, they're trying to save everything. They're trying to save everything, and it starts with this movie. And I think that hurts the film somewhat because the expectations, as you're seeing online, are just out of this world. Some of it is self-imposed, right? The director came out and said, this movie is, it's on the same level as Winter Soldier, which everybody really loves Winter Soldier. That was a bad move. Ultimate said you didn't like it. I didn't say that. It's just there were a lot of expectations on this film from the jump. Then there was all these rumors and stuff, and I don't cover a lot of the rumor mill. I tried to do that on the channel for a little while, and it didn't really vibe with our audience. It ended up being, for us, You know what I'm saying? It wasn't vibing. It wasn't vibing, and the whole scoop game and all that stuff. That's just not who we are. I like bringing people in, talking about it, giving my opinion, and just talking about why I enjoy films, right? Not so much why I hate them. Now, I know we're in that section. We're talking about some of the negatives. One of the other big negatives in this movie is not all of the lines are delivered very well. And what I mean by that is just the way I gave that line, right? Some of the lines aren't necessarily written bad, but I don't feel like they're delivered well. And that's not saying the actors don't deliver it well, it's just the context of the movie, it didn't work. So, for instance, um, well, let's just start with the president, now now President Ford, if you will, but really Ross, President Ross. He delivers a line right at the beginning that's he wins the presidency. You know, he's going on to do his acceptance speech, and he says, "Did my daughter, Betty, my daughter, you know, did she call?" You know, it's like that line didn't come off like they intended it to come off. It's few and far between for me, but that was one line that I was like, yikes, that line didn't really work. And I think they just probably could have got a better cut of it. Something else that doesn't really work in this film, and Ultimate's in here. He said he felt like it was a cash grab. The other thing that doesn't work in this film, and I hate saying this, is the leader. The bad guy of this movie, and again, we're in spoiler territory. The bad guy of this movie doesn't work. He does not work. And the reason that he doesn't work is we had, 16 years from The Incredible Hulk, which I enjoyed. I am one of those people that I never liked the Hulk until I watched Incredible Hulk, and I was like, no, Hulk can be a very cool character, a very complex character that's being chased and vulnerable and lots of cool things. And one of the things that came out of that was this promise of the leader, right? He got some blood in his head. He's supposed to have a huge, brain and all of this stuff. And it just doesn't work because he's not a Captain America villain. He's not a Captain America villain. And that hurts the movie because they kind of treat Red Hulk as a villain. They treat Sidewinder as a villain, which they are, but they aren't. It just didn't work. And I think if Cap would have had the Red Hulk fight maybe in the middle of the movie, and then Red Hulk and Cap teamed up at the end, I think this movie would have went over with more audiences, would have went over with more critics better, because the villain of this movie should have been another physical threat. That was kind of a missed opportunity there. Another negative of this movie is Seth Rollins getting cut. I mean, burn it down. Yeah. I could see him working in this movie as even a henchman to Sidewinder. I think could have worked, but it seems like they replaced him, and I'm not sure. I really like. I call him the Chicken Man from Breaking Bad. I like Chicken Man. I think Chicken Man going further down the line is going to really work, but I don't know if they fully fleshed out his character and the Israeli character. I'm just gonna say it. I just don't think they fleshed those characters out. That's about it. That is about it. When I thought about this movie, when I saw it, I'm gonna save this for the break. So let me go back to the character for a second. Part of the reason why those characters weren't fleshed out well, I feel like, is not just reshuffling and all of those things. It was, we kind of jumped between about three storylines, and I don't know if that worked either. The Isaiah Bradley storyline, which was continued over from the show, which I think really works. I think really grounds Sam. That really worked for me. But then we had another storyline, of course, of Ross and No Hulk. And then like this whole thing again with the leader. And those three strands, I feel like they could have been more concise. Does that make sense? They could have been pulled into a tighter storyline. And I think that would have definitely just improved the movie overall. That would have improved the movie overall. But like I said, that's it. When I got to really thinking about this, I went back and watched the movie again. Those were my only gripes with the movie. That is not a terrible movie by any stretch of the imagination. Those things weren't done extremely well. They weren't done as well as Winter Soldier. And I make that point for a very specific reason. But, let me tell you guys, this movie is not a bad movie. It is not a bad movie. And the more I watched it, the more I like it. And I think that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. A lot of people are bringing in outside influences, not only in the media, but what's going on in the world. And they're bringing that in against this movie. And honestly, it's not fair. That's just the bottom line. It's not fair. If you go to this movie and expect to enjoy yourself, you're going to enjoy yourself. It's that kind of movie. It's very fun. And let's talk about some of the amazing parts of it. Let's start with Red Hulk. Red Hulk is 100% exactly what we've been asking for this whole time. He's literally fired. He is literally fired. I think Harrison Ford was fantastic. Like I said, some bad lines here and there. But overall, he embodied Ross. Again, he's picking up the part from someone else. He got it. I think he did a really good job. Betty was a little so-so, but he got it. He understood the role. He understood the assignment. The next thing, if not the most important thing, Sam is extremely, extremely dope as Captain America. And you know what? It really doesn't. It really doesn't, because Anthony Mackie is Captain America, and he's putting a fresh take on it. He's putting a fresh spin on it. But it's a natural progression, I think. It feels like similar to how Miles and Peter kind of work. I think it just really works overall. He does a phenomenal job. As well as his new Falcon. They work so well on screen together. And when Isaiah Bradley's in the mix, they just get it. They understand it. They understand what they're trying to accomplish. And the minute storytelling between them, the looks, the little jabs back and forth, it really works. Something else that I've been asking for in Marvel movies, and they did it. They did it. is the action sequences needed to be dope. And if you go back right now and you watch Iron Man 1, I guarantee you're going to go, this action is not very good. It's not. We have this remembering movies the way we want to kind of thing going on. Because, don't get me wrong, Iron Man is not a bad movie. But as an action film, it's not an action film. The original Iron Man is not an action film whatsoever. The original Iron Man film really is an adventure story, right? It's the hero's journey, and it's done extremely well, right? I love the hero's journey in Iron Man, but it's not an action film. It's definitely not an action film. This film is an action film. It is a spy thriller, yes, but it's wrapped in an action film. These action scenes, I mean, whether he's punching people or he's flying and blowing up missiles, my guy knows what he's doing. I mean, even the second time, I felt like this. It was crazy how well those scenes work, and I didn't get pulled out of a lot of the scenes. Some of the CGI later on, when it almost looks like they're green screened on the raft, that looks a little weird. But the action sequences, I mean, I thought they were really flying around Tiamat. My goals for this movie, let's talk about that. The goals for this movie was really a palate cleanser, if I can say that. A palate cleanser is what I wanted out of this movie, and it's exactly what I got. I wanted them to fix Eternals because there was a giant robot in the ocean. They explained that for me. It was good enough that they explained, hey, it's in the water, that happened, we're acknowledging it, we're moving forward. They kind of did the same thing with Harrison Ford, right? You know, had to get rid of the mustache, they dealt with it, they did it. They do that a lot in this movie. They had to move the overall narrative for Marvel a little bit for me to like this movie, and that's something I can definitely say this movie did well. What's strange about it is people were like, well, you know, he's not as good, and let's again get this comparison of Winter Soldier versus Brave New World. It's in the same vein. Yes, it's in the same style, but it's also my favorite genre that Marvel tells. Their spy stuff is always the best. The outer space stuff is getting kind of weak, right? Now, we had some missteps with Black Widow, right? That espionage stuff wasn't very good. But Winter Soldier is peak. Look at this movie and compare Captain America Brave New World to Captain America the First Avenger, and tell me which movie's better. This is his first movie. This is Sam's. This is Steve's. If you look at both of those movies, the major complaint that I have always levied against Captain America is whenever the action is about to happen, he's about to jump from one bridge to another to chase Red Skull. It's going to be awesome. What do? They cut away to a different scene. They do it every single time. This movie improved every single way on the original Captain America story. And that's all I can hope for from the first movie, because I'm treating this Brave New World series as its own series. He's getting his own trilogy in my mind. And he should. Anthony Mackie acted his butt off. I forget the gentleman, I used his picture here. His name's Carl. I forget his last name, but a phenomenal actor. He is just phenomenal. He really brought some levity to the movie and some levity to Isaiah Bradley, to the point where I'm like, I wouldn't mind a Captain America like going back against Black Panther kind of movie where it's Isaiah Bradley, that would be really, really, really dope. That would be really, really great. Um, some other things that I really enjoyed. I didn't think I was going to like the costume as much. I really didn't. I love the comic accurate white and blue, but man, they understand how to use the navy correctly. And again, Falcon's green, uh, you know, paid homage really to the way the new Falcon comes in, and he has his roots in Miami, and the banter back and forth is really what just keeps the glue together. It reminds me in a way, the banter is on par to me with Guardians of the Galaxy, where there's just like, you can tell these people are friends in real life. And that really, really worked for me in the movie. One other thing that I could say that I really enjoyed again is that we're at least trying to connect to the broader MCU in a reasonable way, right? We got the answer again of Tiamat. We understand Adamantium's coming. We know it's for Wolverine, all right? Yeah, we get that. We brought in a former Black Widow. So there's some parts in here that are at least, they're not making up the story, but they're cogs in the wheel of the story. And that's what Marvel needs to get back to. Get back to using your toys, using your toys to tell the story. That's what made those first 2-3 phases work really well. Is you had a toy from Thor, you had a toy from Black Widow, you had a toy from Captain America, and all of those pieces coming together, right, made the Avengers. That's what made it fun. And once they start doing that and connecting more of the tissue, I think Marvel fans, Marvel hardcore fans are really going to go, all right, we're back. They've gotten away from that. Trying to tell like stories by themselves that don't connect at all, that's not what we're here for, right? That's just not what we're here for. Eternals, I don't need anything else from Eternals now. I don't need any more. Eternals is a great example of how not to use your toys, right? They had Blade at the end, and they use him as a voiceover. And it's like, you don't understand why we wanted to see Blade in that moment. And I think they fixed that, they changed that a bit. So now that they understand why. Because it's important, man. It's important that the way these movies come together, the way these movies come together is more important sometimes than random cameos, right? Captain Marvel had Nick Fury in it, which, I mean, for me, I was buying a ticket, right? I was in. But that movie was not great because even the way that it used Nick Fury didn't feel like Nick Fury. He was kind of a cartoon of himself. And so how you use those toys in your toy box, Marvel, really, really matters. And hopefully DC's taking notes in this too, because they're going to be doing the same thing, I think, with Superman, right? You're using all the toys in your toy box. Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific, obviously Crypto, Guy Garner, one of the Green Lanterns. That's fine. It's not about, oh, there's too many characters in it. It's that you use them in the right way so that when we see these characters later on, we go, that was cool to see that set up earlier. That is the secret sauce that both Marvel and DC really need. Overall, I'm changing my grade, man. I went with, I believe, I think I went with a C plus, B minus. I'm going with the solid B. I'm going with the solid B on this movie. I liked it. I really did. And I think, again, seeing what this movie is doing for people matters almost more than the movie. I wouldn't say it had the impact that Black Panther did, but again, I'm seeing kids running around as Sam, as Captain America, and that there's something to be said for that, man. If it's resonating with the kids, if it's, you look at the Tomato score, the majority of fans, we liked it. We liked it. And again, is it the best Captain America movie? No, it's not. But this, comparing apples to apples, this is a better start. It's definitely a better start. I know RL is not here. He was in here a little bit during our first stream. I know he gave it a C plus, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad because I understand even what Visual was saying earlier, that Hulk could have been used more, and he could have been used in a different way. I think, guys, I really think they're setting something up there. I think we're getting World War Hulks. I think that's what's going to happen. I would love to see the leader, come back and interact with the Hulk. That was a big misstep. I can't argue that. But the acting, or the actor, he's the right actor. I just think it was the wrong time to bring him back. And that can be fixed. And Sam can get, I don't know how many, and I haven't read a whole lot of Sam's books. But his villains should be able to stand up just as well. I'm not mad at Red Skull coming back and fighting Sam. I'm not mad at all. But I would also like to see what they're going to do with Sidewinder. I want to see where else they go with some of his villains and let him have his due. I think he's earned that from the show. And it's time to give him a super villain. I want him to have a super villain that he is fighting, that it's about him and Falcon, right? And they got to take down two dudes. That's what I want to see. And so definitely have room to grow. I'm going with the solid B. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. I want to give away. I want to do our giveaway tonight. We don't have a whole ton of selectors in here tonight, which is okay. We got started a little bit late too. I want to do this giveaway tonight. And so here's how we're going to do it. If you are watching on Twitch, this is going to be a Twitch only giveaway. We are giving away a select screen t-shirt right here. Here's what I need you to do on Twitch right now. Go in and type in hashtag selected. That's 5ELECT 5CREEN. I'm going to come back to the comments on this video, and we're going to pick a winner. So put in there hashtag selected, and we will pick a winner for this selected t-shirt right here. We got lots of stuff to be talking about on the stream, man. I've been sick, been out for a while, so definitely check that out. Drop hashtag selected in the chat on Twitch, and we will be giving away one of these t-shirts. Let me know what you guys think, man. What did you guys think of Captain America Brave New World? Like I said, for me, it was super, super dope. I think it could be better. It could definitely be better, and they can get it. They can get it better. But it was definitely not a bad movie like everyone's. Not everyone, but what the critics were saying. There's a lot of outrageous stuff being said in some of those reviews. And the more I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, use hashtag selected in there, and we will pick a winner for our first ever giveaway. One more time so you guys can see it again. The selected t-shirt going out to one of you lucky approved selectors. Put in hashtag selected. Other than that, guys, coming up on the channel, we've got lots of WWE content. We are hitting that season. They actually blocked my last video. I need to go in. I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix that. Need to put my dukes up a little bit with YouTube on that one because that was a pretty good video. Much more Metal Gear Solid 5 on the channel. Had a couple of new selectors hanging out with us earlier in the day on that. What else we got? Elmo 172331. She is playing through Assassin's Creed, so you can check that out on the channel. Lots of stuff going on, man. We've got plenty to talk about. Rumor has it that DC is going to be dropping some kind of big news. This beat is absolutely horrendous. Yeah. So some new heat next week from DC. So excited to hear what they've got to say. Are they going to actually bring the Batman in? I think they're going to, guys. I think they're going to. And lots of other stuff coming on the channel, man. So definitely stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Cannot say thank you enough to each and every one of you guys for tuning in with us, man. This has been an amazing journey. Your boy is back, ready to kick some more butt, all right? All right, leave hashtag selected in the chat, and we will give away that brand new t-shirt, all right? Do two things for me, though. Be kind to one another, and remember to, my name is Select Screen. Have a great night, you guys. I'm out.